class! Recently, a friend of mine and I got together to make a birthday cake. I was running late that day, and she decided to go and make the buttercream without me. When I got there, she was upset because her buttercream did not turn out. It was broken and grainy. And after she told me everything that she had done, I found out that she had made a whole lot of mistakes that are common among beginner bakers. So I taught her how to make buttercream, and this inspired me to share my knowledge with all of you. Along with this, I'm also going to give some tips on how to smoothly apply buttercream. Hopefully with this knowledge, you'll be able to make your own special cakes, which can impress your friends and help you save money. Also, if you ever want to learn how to apply fondant to a cake, you have to know how to apply buttercream smoothly. So, the first problem with her cake was it was broken and grainy. So how can we prevent this? Well, first, you need to use room temperature butter. If you don't use room temperature butter, it won't cream correctly, and this can help attribute to it becoming broken or grainy. And in the worst possible scenario, both. So allow your butter to come to room temperature for a couple of hours, or if you don't have that time to wait, you can try to put it in the microwave, but keep a careful eye on it that it doesn't get too hot. Along with this, a lot of people tend to use the wrong type of sugar. Using the same sugar you put in your coffee will guarantee that you have grainy buttercream. What you need to use is confectioner sugar or powdered sugar. Also, don't add all your sugar in at once. You take a little bit, add it in, let it mix, and keep doing this until all of it has been incorporated. Speaking of mixing, if you're using a hand or stand mixer, you need to keep it on a low setting or the butter risks melting, and that will result in sad, broken buttercream. So now that you have nice, beautiful buttercream, I'm going to teach you how to spread it. First, you're always going to start with a crumb coat. What this is it is a quick, thin layer of buttercream or another type of frosting that you can use to seal crumbs in. The reason you want to do this is otherwise you risk crumbs coming to the surface, which does not end in a pretty cake. So once you get that thin layer on, allow it to sit for a few minutes, and then you can start putting on the rest of your buttercream. Now, first when you apply buttercream, you want to use the right tools for this. For example, you do not want to use a plastic spatula. This thing is not your friend when it comes to applying buttercream or really any frosting. You might as well toss it aside. Instead, use a offset spatula. Now if you're worried that you'll only use this for icing cakes, don't worry. You'll find some other uses for it too. Now that you have the right tools, just start to apply your buttercream and try to get it roughly even and smooth. It takes a little bit of practice, but you will get it. Now, once you get it fairly smooth, not perfectly, now it's time to work with something a little bit smaller that will help you. Some people say you need something called an icing smoother. Now that is a waste of money, because what you can use instead is, say, a credit card, or in my case, my old GPC ID works just fine in helping smooth the buttercream. What you'll do is usually you'll turn your cake, or you could just move your hand, and because it's smaller, and you'll put a little bit of frosting on the side, it'll help fill in gaps, and you'll have better control over keeping it smooth. I hope you guys all learned something about buttercream today. And now you can go forth and frost a beautiful cake.